Howdy y'all, thank you for joining me today for this unboxing of a Kickstarter that someone let me use called Ice. I'm not sure if this is the all-in or anything. I think they said that this was like the first Kickstarter, and since then they've released more since then, so not really sure what edition this is. Just wanted to show you Ice, that way if you're interested to see what the initial or whatever this is in. I tried to do some research on it, but yeah, there has been some other stuff that's released since then, so I don't know exactly what's all in here. Someone just asked me if I wanted to unbox it, and I was like, sure, the box looks cool, let's see it. Now, as I say that, I thought it was dirt or mud or something. There's something all over the outside of this, and it came in like that, because I was there when they opened the box that it was in. But I don't know what that is, so just be aware that some of this that may look like artwork is not the artwork. There is something on the outer package of this. Either way, here it is, Ice. It is a game for 1 to 5 players. Takes about 90 minutes to play for ages 14 plus. And the back of the box doesn't really show us anything. So we'll just get right into this, see what it's all about. Like I said, very nice outer looking box for sure. I did just now figure out what I thought looked like mud or dirt. It was not mud or dirt. I know what that what that extra stuff is. It's just like some plastic residue, or it looks like there might have been a plastic wrap over this at some point, and that was just the plastic. Yeah, it was like a plastic residue, because I was able to peel a little piece off, and it took me forever to get it off my fingers, but it's just a little bit of plastic residue, so it was nothing big, just some little plastic residue. All right, let's take a look and see. I mean, this is a beautiful looking game for sure. All right, we got a baggie with some booklets in it in here, so let's check out those booklets. Sorry, I was having to cut that open. Usually if I'm opening stuff that does not belong to me, I'm a little bit more careful on everything, so I didn't want to just cut open a bag that had a way to open it otherwise. They got something here called the Edifices booklet. Artifact sheet. Explorers of Icy Lands. Table of Contents. Sentry Worm. Accelerator Antenna. Monolithic Lotus. Impossible Polyhedron. Summer Orb. So these sound like scenarios maybe? Or just let you know better description of the tiles. Temporal Singularity. Containment Sphere. Oh. And Artifacts Portal. Alright. Says Expedition Note, Kickstarter versions. So I'll give you a zoom in on that, because I'm assuming this is going to show you what the differences are. Like this says Materials Core box over here to the left. And then it lets you know Materials Collector box, which is what I'm assuming this is the collector box. So you can probably see some differences there. Let you know setup. I'm assuming setup differences because of components and whatnot. The 2 new guild boards. And probably a different tile, the Enlightened. Oh, the Enlightened sounds like a person maybe. We have the Expedition booklet here for Ice. This is quite thick. I'm assuming this is the rule book. Let you know the overview and the purpose of this game. Looks like you're all going to be representing guilds and trying to reveal the mysteries that ICE contains. And then it's whichever guild makes the greatest discoveries gets to claim glory and fame and win the game. Setup here. I mean, so far I like the layout of the book. Not super dense on the rules. Here's the flow of the game. Lets you know preparation phase, then the exploration phase. The actions. all the different artifacts you can find. or finding artifacts, I should say, renown points and cards, then the end game, variants, then we get into the expedition annexes. So, pretty cool. Shows all the artifact tiles. And we still got a lot of pages here, so I'm assuming this just breaks down everything. I kind of like it when a game does that, to where you can see everything, especially if there's going to be something random in a deck, and and you're one of those min-maxers, you want to know what your odds are of getting stuff. Yeah. Iconography on the back. Alright. Let's look at these components. Okay, this is a multi-layered board. See, we got these little segments in there, which I'll probably keep in there. One, because it's not my copy, and then two, probably to help protect this stuff. But it is a multi-layered board. It is 5 layers. So that's pretty cool. Looks like you're going to put those hexes on the oh, wow. I just wasn't ready for that. That, boom, blew my mind. It's magnetized. There's little magnets here to hold the board together. Pretty cool. Nice. Just wasn't ready for a magnetized board. But, yeah, if you're going to have a board that gets put together like that, yeah. Like, let's magnetize it. As a matter of fact, let me zoom out and put this board together so you can get a good look at the board. That should give you a good view of it. I mean, very beautiful, very eye-catching. Sinks in on the 5 layers. Probably going to keep this set up to where we can kind of see, once I get a couple tiles, how the tiles sit down in there. I don't think I have this together right. Never mind that about that popping the tiles out. I just had the board put together wrong. I'm just an idiot. Like I said, dumb Aggie. Because I was sitting there looking, and there was like I had 2 sides that just didn't have the right lip. And now I'm looking to see if I make sure I do have it together right this time, but I think I do because everything looks right, but if I don't, eh. But yeah, I just noticed there was like a lip, and I was like, that don't make any sense to have that extra lip there. And that's all it was. I didn't have it together right. But beautiful board. Like I said, magnetized, so it was easy just to snap together. But let's take a closer look at everything in the box. Okay. Back of a bag of bits, which we'll take a closer look at. I'll break all those down because it looks like a lot of them are screen printed with some nice looking stuff on them. It's got a loose tile running around in here, but we do got a loose tile just running around in here. All right. Looks like we got some player boards here. We got the Alchemists, which they said there'd be different guilds. We got the Cryo Architects. We got the Incandescents. The Navigators. Yeah, my fingers are in the way, sorry. I'll flip those others over a little bit different. The Ice Walkers. The Nourishers. And the Enlightened. And these are dual layered boards also, I should have said. And actually they got some, I always say embossing, could be, but see if I can get the glare in there to show the embossings. And then it's got like a dual layer here. Alright. We got player aids here. It said 1 to 5, so we got 5 different player aids here. And normally I'll wait till I show the zoomed in with the bits, but I'll show you the player aids right there. Both sides. We have a white baggie. A big white bag. I'm assuming tiles are going to go in these, and you're going to pull random tiles out. Because why does it need to be that long? And then we just got weird black baggie with the rounded bottom. So, alright. We got some cards, which we'll take a closer look at. And some more cards, which I believe I saw. These are probably the base cards. I think these are what this collector's edition box has extra. So, alright. What else we got in here? We have the score sheet. And like I said, at the end of the video, I'll load up all this so you can see. And these are the little, I'm assuming the player colors. So they'll go into that little segment on the left side of the board, player boards, so that you can use it. Oh, we got some metal coins, which we'll take a closer look at. And I'm assuming a metal first player marker. I can go ahead and show you now. Okay. And now we just have some tiles, which we'll take a closer look at. And I'll keep all these segmented out as we take the closer look. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the cards. These are standard size, standard Magic Pokemon. So just look for something that says standard size. I recommend Dragon Shields. I mean, you can get regular standard, and it will save you some space and a little bit of money. But, and I'm going to say the only reason, like, normally I only use Dragon Shields for, like, games where there's going to be a lot of shuffling, like deck builders and stuff like that. And there's the size, just in case you need the size. But the only reason I like these matte Dragon Shields for this is kind of silly to think about, but this game's called Ice. And if you get the matte, it just kind of has that, like, icy kind of look to it. That's neither here nor there, though. You can see these. These are called the request cards, which I think when I counted with the collector's edition, it's 95 different cards. So one box of Dragon Shields for the collector's edition. I'm pretty sure that's what this is, because otherwise it wouldn't have said, here's what's in the collector's edition differences. But, and you can just see, these look like these are just cards, like, to get victory points. Because it looks like these little stars are victory points. And then there's the sleeved up card. Then we have the decrees here, which look like the same thing. There's not as many of these. So maybe these are like ones that you'll get at the beginning of the game. Each person gets one. Typically when you see something like that, that's what my guess is. It says game aids. So I'm assuming maybe like the player aids, just because it says return to city and there's 5 of those. Then it's got a rival there. I mean, game aids makes me think you don't get like something for it. And then there's a few more which say logbook on them. And there's 6 of these. And it sounds like you're going to play with 6 of these each game. Because in this little pack, it mentions 9 additional logbook cards. You shuffle these with the 9 additional cards and then take 6 at random to form the logbook deck for a regular game. So it lets you know there. And then it has the, or 5 cards, 5 of them here. I did notice on these, oh, these are 2. Never mind. I just looked at the wrong spot. They're numbered, so I let you know. These are numbered 1 through 6. And then I noticed these have numbers on them also. Oh, if that'll focus. Here, let's do that. And in the bottom right corner there, it's got the number there. So I noticed the number. Oh, let's let that focus a little bit. And then I'll go through these. I will admit, I am a lot more amped to want to try this game out. Kind of looks like a 4xe exploration game, which I don't know if it's 4x. I shouldn't say 4x. So just looks like a little exploration game, which I typically like those. So kind of curious to see what that's all about. And I know I'm zoomed way in, but because I just want to show you this anyways, it does look like, unless they're planning on, because I heard there are other expansions, unless they're planning on you just be able to do that, there's definitely room in there to sleeve. And looks like they plan on a lot of, because there's definitely no way this is going to take up everything in this, because there's also another spot here for cards. So I got a feeling they either planned on the expansions and everything, or they definitely left you a ton of room for being able to do stuff. All right, next let's go to the tiles here. Well, actually, because this won't take long, we will do this. These are what I thought were the coins. I'm going to go back to being, they are victory points. At least these are victory points. I'm not sure what that is exactly, because there are 5 of those. And then when it comes to the victory points, there are baggies of those. All right, let's take a look at the tiles here real fast. Then we'll go through the little bits. So this is one grouping of tiles. Looks like they're going to have some of those symbols we were seeing for victory points. I'm wondering if that's showing the other side, because it looks like when I look at these reds, they're always showing the red, yellow. So it looks like the back's probably showing you the color of what it is. And then you can see the fronts. Like, I know that said artifacts. I don't know if that means the same thing here. Oh, yeah, I'm just making a mess of it. I mean, they are all different looking, so that's pretty cool. So maybe it's just certain things you're looking for in the tiles. I'm assuming that's a wild card. This just looks like more of those. Yeah, this just looks like just more of those, because it's like wilds, reds. So just more of those tiles in general. I mean, I'll flip through them quickly here. See if I've seen it look different. I mean, they're definitely different. They're all different. Well, that one looks pretty similar, but they're all different with art. Like, actually, I want to say these are a lot of the same ones that were in those other ones, just more of them. So maybe if you're randomizing, I guess. Oh, I see a difference now. When I went to put them in the box, this got that wider back, and this has got like a lighter back to it. So I'm assuming that second batch is like the, if you'll remember the board even had different layers of ice. So I'm assuming either the layers where you need to put them down on without having played the game. Not sure. So it looks like I'm showing these way out of order, but it looks like it's the same stuff, just I guess how deep and what layers you're putting them on. Because, yeah, the art, well, this one, like, it's more explosive looking, but I'm assuming that's what it is. These are just the different layers. And this is like that bottom layer, so there's nowhere near as many because you aren't going to need as many of them. Now, these aren't showing anything, so I'm wondering if... this one's a little dinged up, so if they go in the bag, probably won't be as bad. So this looks like this is what you're digging into the ice to get to. So, I mean, my guess is without playing, it feels like you're going to load up the board and dig into the ice and reveal things as you go. Because the back of these are probably the top layer. So you can see a ton of different, and I don't know if the, and then like, so I mean, I don't know if the backs correlate to what you're going to find. No, because both of these are Expedition Survivors. Now, I don't know if that's one of those things where you're going to know, or you're supposed to know what they could be. Or a chance, oh, okay, no, so these are all the same. And then here's one that looks the same, so if it's not that, then it could be something different. All right, cool. So, yeah, they got the random backs. So that you don't know, like, there's another, yeah, tiger with, or end up in a combat. So maybe there's, like, for each back, there is one of these. Oh, sorry. I was getting so interested in looking at the tiles. So maybe for each back, you can't really just predict what it's going to be. Sorry if I'm not staying on those, just kind of flipping through them, but some of these are just all the same and all different. So this is pretty cool. Like I said, a little exploration, not sure what you're going to find as you chip into the ice. This is the majority of the tiles, but it makes sense because that's going to be the biggest portion of the board that you have to lay out. So I'll just stop and show on some that look different. This has to do with those different colors we saw. I mean, I can show the backs, but it looks like it's just a lot of the same artworks on the back. And a lot of the same here too, but it just means you don't know what it could be. You're chipping into the ice, exploring that section of the ice to see what it could be. Cool. All right, let's look at these screen printed meeples and then the tray. You can see here these are not double-sided, but there's like these little camps and or saber-toothed cats or ice cats of some form. And then there's a baggie full of these. Then there's this, which I believe is part of the collector's edition. Then we have each of your own. There's 7 different guilds. There's the 7 different looking ones. And now I noticed in the bag, I mean, to me, it looks like it's just a guitar pick, but I could be wrong, and it is something else. But there's a guitar pick in there. It might be something with the game. I guess I could have looked in the rule book. And yeah, when I looked at the sheet, it was just a guitar pick. But I was going to load this up, but this isn't my copy, and I want to allow them the pleasure of loading their own copy up. I just want to show you how you definitely have to put this back in a certain way if you want to keep this way and keep the foam. But I mean, I like that because it helps protect those boards, especially since it is multi-layered and you want to make sure those don't get all dinged up and whatnot. So, but all in all, I will say I am more excited to try this than when they offered it to me just to open. It does look like a style of game I may or may not like. And then let me show you now that the plastic's off that cover, because then you can see like it's got beautiful artwork on this. So a lot there. Yeah, cool looking game. Oh, I almost forgot that little bit. I don't know really what that's all about, but let me put that back in there. Other than that, thank you for watching and have a great day.